Ladekube, upon receiving the report of the development, reportedly alerted the leadership of the church, Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukuba, and other members of the House of Bishops. Hours after the terrorists reportedly communicated with the church through the wife of the bishop, who was allowed to speak for a few seconds. They demanded 50 million naira ransom before they would release the couple. As at 11:35 p.m. on Sunday, negotiations are still ongoing for their release. The 4-day annual synod of the Diocese on the Niger Anglican Communion in Anambra State at All Saints Cathedral, Onitsha, has ended with a demand on Nigerians, especially Christians, to develop hearts of love for God, fellow men, and for the gospel. They were, among other things, enjoined to always cultivate joyful dispositions, irrespective of the present diocese situations in the country. In a homily during the church service that brought the synod to an end, a guest preacher, the Bishop of Lagos West Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. James Odedeji, had in the sermon he tagged "Go, Make Disciples of All Nations," outlined what he called nuggets for effective evangelism. According to him, love, heart of prayer, faith in God, joyful heart, divine wisdom, and respect were among the criteria for qualitative evangelical assignment. The bishop counseled Christian faithful to allow the name of God to constantly remain in their lips by consistent and persistent preaching of the gospel. Now, the Christian Men's Fellowship of the Diocese of Abuja Anglican Communion has had a second edition of their convention, having thought it expedient following the efforts of His Grace Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukuba to revive Christian Men's Fellowship in the diocese. The theme for the conference says "Impacted and Motivated for Overflowing Growth." The 3-day event started with an opening service on Friday, 10th June. On the second day, the men tarried on different sessions of study and discussions, including Bible study, all geared towards planting the seed of spiritual growth and reawakening the love and crave for spiritual things in men. The final day was a Thanksgiving service. The conference was attended by all and sundry, most notably the Primate Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukuba, who spoke extensively on fatherly roles in the family, especially to their children. Also charging the men was the guest speaker, the Right Reverend Foreman Nedison, Bishop of Jalingo, who spoke on the need for the men to be spiritually alert. The Christian Association of Nigeria, Acnn, says any political party interested in winning the 2023 election Bishop Francis Wale Oke, speaking on the theme "More Than Conquerors," said any political party that wishes to produce the next president must not undermine the Christian community. While congratulating the candidates of all the political parties, he sounded a warning against a Muslim ticket, saying it will set the nation against each other. He called for equity, fairness, and justice, also saying that the country cannot claim to promote justice if any zone is deprived of producing a president. And now, barely 1 week after the deadly attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owalua, in Owo, Ondo State, which claimed the lives of about 40 Christians and caused various degrees of injuries for scores of others, Christians in Owo and its environs were on Sunday gripped with fear of another attack, causing many churches to record very low turnouts. According to reports, some of the churches visited in Owo observed a show of force by combined security agencies in major cities, towns and villages in Ondo State, especially in Owo, as men of the Nigerian Police Force, Nigerian Army, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the Ondo State Security Network Agency, codenamed Amotekun, were visibly close to churches, while others were seen patrolling streets with their vans. Meanwhile, at the St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, where the terror attack occurred, was deserted and the church was under locks and key. Some armed policemen and soldiers were seen outside the church. No priest has conducted a holy mass to cleanse the church of what has been described as a sacrilegious attack in the house of God. Now that's the end of news update on ACNN TV. More to follow by 3 p.m. West African time. I am Charles Philip Owakolam. Bye for now.